came and killed the other zealot, so he's going to expand to this. He realizes he needs to get his fourth up and running. We actually could see a quick fifth from Nony to try to get in the macro lead, although I'm not quite sure what we're going to see. I mean, neither player with a huge army. That's because it's been an action-packed game, encountering each other after encounter. Cannon's up at this expansion here, and that's to stop TT harassment. This looks more like a PvT than a PvZ assimilator already, and so Nony, or TT1 in Desperate, needs to get that second gas, or the third gas. Yeah, to get that third gas, which is a big deal in PvP, obviously, when you're trying to go high tempos. And Nony's actually moving up to take that top expansion here. He's going to actually be, oh boy, he's going to have to come down. I feel that is the right decision here. He wants to make sure he uses that ramp to his advantage, though. If he lets TT1 hold this ramp and come down from it, I could actually be pretty devastating for TT1. For Nony, a lot of gateways here pumping for both players. Both players, basically, I feel, let's think, though. Let's see. 2 upgrades here for Nony, or for TT1, and Nony with the 3. So Nony winning the upgrade battle, although 3 with the goons, and there we go. 2 with, so Nony definitely winning the upgrade battle, now taking this expansion. He's catching back up in the macro game, and with the appropriate storms, Nony's, I think, could move on to win this game. It's really hard to say right now. He is behind in the macro still, but yeah, it's going to come down to control. Not a lot of high tempos there, so there are only about 1 storm, and he's actually going to come in here, and this is I don't know if this is the smartest move by Nony. He's actually going to have to walk up the ramp, but yes, it is. Oh my gosh, storms everywhere, losing all his good support, actually storming a lot of his own storms going on for both players here. Nony, I think, is going to, oh wow, this is going to be close. Reinforcements a little late, but finally going to get to the battle. TT1's actually going to win this battle, and I am very surprised, or no. Yes, it looks like TT1 will win this battle. More reinforcements on the way for him, but these probes now transferring, so his macro game is back in line. But I don't know if he's going to be able to counter. I don't think a counter, not a huge army left for TT1, but TT1 actually wins that game. If Nony wanted to land the storms, he went high tempos first up that ramp, and basically caught his opponent's army out of position and really stormed the crap out of them before they even got there. So really, these high tempos saved the day for Nony. Nony would have really lost that battle without those storms. And, Army definitely reinforcing pretty fast for both players. And I don't know, it's coming down pretty close. I do feel Nony is definitely losing this game, though. I'm going to say he's lost a lot of the last encounters, still struggling with the macro game. And now this 5th is going up. No, it doesn't look like it. Not quite yet. No. Still upgrading up at its forge here. So Nony, that is one thing to note, though. His upgrades, he's in a good situation here. It's kind of cool about PvP, though. Arbiters and carriers, they're not effective. I guess a recall maybe, possibly, but I wouldn't do it. Of course, carriers, obviously, interceptors with the goons, and that can be ugly. So that's why it just comes down to unit control. PvP is a game of scouting and build orders, I feel, and definitely it went to, I don't know, it's kind of hard. A 3-gate versus DT, not the most common game. Finally, Nony, he didn't have a scout in there. His observatory is pretty late. He didn't even scout it. He just felt the DTs, and he was lucky he had the gut feeling, or he would have lost the game a long time ago. So both players, and no one wants to encounter each other quite yet, and Nony better be careful, though. If he lets his 4th expansion get isolated, and he's expanding. No, he's expanding here again. So yes, so I'm done talking about the macro game. TT1 is still winning, and I don't feel Nony's going to be able to catch up now. I mean, just hasn't been able to get an expansion up earlier than his opponent, but possibly with a good encounter here. But brilliant placement here by TT1, coming from more than one angles at all means. Nice storms here by Nony, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Storming the crap out of these goons. Really nice storms here, and it's going to come down to Archons, but he's going to lose a lot of his Zealot force in the making here, and actually Nony's actually going to move on to, no, he's not going to win this battle. Or yes, he is. It's hard to say. It's basically going to be a stalemate again. Yes, Nony is going to actually win this battle, and win this battle pretty convincingly after all. Nice storm the crap and then transform them into Archons. That's the cool thing about PvP and not PvT, is actually when in PvP you can actually make them into Archons and you can use them, but in PvT you actually have to basically keep them as storms and hope they don't die before they get their energy back up, because Archons basically blow against the Protoss army, and Nony is completely going in for this count, and I don't know if TT1's prepared for this. Nony, he does have the support of the cannons. I'm surprised Nony's even going for the choke. I was expecting him to go for the top oh wow, has a lot of oh my gosh, gateways in front, cannons behind. No sign of harassment gonna happen up there. But yeah, he went straight for the choke. Nony was pretty committed to taking the counterattack. He was thinking about winning there, and I feel that was the right decision to possibly attempt the counter, but he didn't have the superior army with the choke And yeah, he is actually going to go for this top expansion. One thing to note, our cannons are decently strong, but this is not vulture harassment. This is Nony's army outside his base here. And if he could actually if he kills this expansion, then he's actually going to be able to kill this expansion here. So he's going to have to be careful, though. Reinforcements on the way. Oh, wow. Oh, those probes. Those are lucky probes. Oh, my gosh. Nony's going to turn around and actually lay out this expansion. Not a lot of Archon support here, and he's going to have to gather up, and TT1 has to sit back and really can't do anything about it. Oh my gosh, he has a lot of goons. Oh, wow, this cannon placement's really getting in trouble. These goons have to go all the way through the minerals here, really slowing down the reinforcements, and this Nexus is going to fall. Nony's going to have to push back now, though. Or no, he's going to keep going, and actually, oh my gosh, these cannons are killing him, and TT1 playing very defensively, completely in his base, map control going over to Nony here, and I'm surprised he hasn't quite went for this expansion. That would be a ballsy move, I guess you could say, though, with all those cannon support here, but, whoa. Nony, what are you doing? Cannon's going up at his opponent's expansion here. And now the Nexus is warping it. And oh my gosh. He finally realized that he doesn't even care. He's ready to take that expansion before the Nexus even goes down. Realizing his map control is brilliant. Arbiters. Oh my gosh. Arbiters out on the field. Sorry, I didn't even see it. Oh, wow, I didn't click up far enough. There is an Arbiter's Tribunal. This is pretty rare PvP. TT1 definitely trying to cheese his way to victory. Could have been the reason for the early DTs and the Arbiter now. Pretty rare, pretty crazy PvP. He's going to be able to lay out this Nexus, put up on one of his own. This cannon will definitely stop. A run by Zealots isn't going to be too terribly effective. Nony, wow. Archon City. Wow, lots and lots of Archons, but he's going to have to be ready. He's going to need a lot of observers with his army. Obviously, PvP versus Arbiter is not what he's probably expecting, although I think he is a good enough player to probably scout this and realize what his opponent is going for. And, but boy, I'm just surprised. I'm surprised by his decision-making again. He's going to have, oh boy, Nony's army's not in a great situation. He's going to get countered from two angles here, but it may not even matter. Nony is pretty serious about this counter, but his army is going to come from two expansions. He's going to leave a group of Zealots there and tons of Archons. Wow. Oh my gosh. Fried Dragoon for dinner here. Not going to be enough. Storming everything. Nony's actually going to go on to win this game here, I feel. These Zealots are still hacking away. He did lay out the expansion over here, so Nony in a great situation. This expansion is up and running, actually, though. Zealots are going to go back, and probes are going to transfer, but Zealots are not worried about Zealots. Great thing about Nony's play right here is actually went and pick off a Nexus move. But right now, his moving is not going to do him much. He doesn't need to. He's going to go in straight for the win, and he's actually going to go for a complete counter. TT1 desperately, talk about desperately, Arbiters probably called for desperate times fairly much. DTs do mean desperate times. That is what they stand for here. But DT is going to come in here, not going to be able to do anything. Nony going to take this game, and Archon's frying gateways. I mean, oh my gosh. I'm surprised how many Archons he got, but it really was a complete counter. His opponent was not ready for it. That one Arbiter, after all, didn't do too much for him. And once again, that's why you don't see Arbiters in PvP too much. Yeah, Goon's on the way to reinforce this. He's going to save this base, and yeah, pretty much, he just went for the choke here, and there we go. GG comment from TT1. Nony's going to move on to win this game, and yeah, look, so I don't think I'll do any more games today. I think I'll do one tomorrow, so these probably go on YouTube. So happy New Year's Eve, or this is New Year's Day now. Happy New Year's to everyone, guys, and that's all I got. And thanks for watching, guys. This is Sunday, signing out. Thanks. Bye.